GTA 4 is probably the most unique and special GTA game within the franchise. Not because it's the best or has the best visuals. It's unique because it's the darkest and most mature GTA game. It portrays topics that are not often talked about even in other games, and it also toned down the parody and satire aspects that the series is known for, instead going for a dark and bloody gangster story filled with murder, revenge, and betrayal. Niko is unlike any other GTA protagonist. He's down to earth and not as over the top as most of the other characters. Playing him and watching his story unfold makes you almost forget that this game is supposed to be a parody of America and that it's not supposed to be realistic or too serious. And that's the case with almost any other GTA, and even here in GTA 4, the parody and the over-the-top satire aspects are still there, even sometimes expressed by Niko himself.
What? Come on! Wait! I'm walking here! Let's go! What I mean? Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a bitch! You don't talk me that way! Get out of here! Don't worry about that. Actually, that ain't a bad way to pick up insurance, you know.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry. Hey, I'm walking here. Don't drive train, Flores, Monroe.
Listening to radio talk shows, reading the billboards, or even watching the TV in Liberty City makes you remember what franchise this game is part of. It's all hilarious, filled with extremely dark and crazy humor, which makes Niko stand out and almost feel out of place here due to his more grounded and serious portrayal. He also engages in the parody from time to time, but aside from that, he's actually trying to survive as an immigrant in America. I don't know any other game that actually lets you play as a freshly arrived immigrant such as Niko, which is why this game has a unique take and perspective on the American experience and the American underworld. Normally, games or movies like to focus on the perspective of the American mafia, gangs, or other smaller criminal groups within the US. But to show the underworld from the perspective of a fresh immigrant and then feature mostly Russian and Slavic gangsters is still unique and to my knowledge hasn't been done anywhere else. The Italian mafia also plays a role in GTA 4, just like Irish gangsters and corrupt cops and politicians. But GTA 4 as a whole has a mostly Slavic vibe and was also clearly inspired by plenty of Slavic gangster movies. When Niko arrives in America, he's genuinely filled with hope and ready to start a new life away from crime, still dealing with PTSD and memories from the Balkan War.
After you walk into a village and you see 50 children all sitting neatly in a row against the church wall, each with their throats cut and their hands chopped off, you realize that the creature that could do this doesn't have a soul.
Unfortunately, he didn't realize what kind of place Liberty City is, and before he knew it, it pulled him back into a life of crime.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
He has to constantly perform horrible actions, killing and robbing for money with very few moments of mercy and doubt. Niko is a cold-blooded gangster through and through, but he's also a very sympathetic character, which is why we simply overlook the horrible deeds he performs. Now to be fair, that's the case with most video games, and considering that the GTA franchise lets you run amok outside of story missions, you sometimes have to sort of separate a character's story actions from those that the player performs. Applying too much logic to video games doesn't really work, and I believe people should stop doing it. Seeing the Russian underworld in GTA 4 was awesome because we rarely see anything about them, and it felt like a fresh new world full of darkness and blood, which is exactly how they are in real life, and the game did a great job portraying the violent and unhinged nature of the Russian mob.
He knows too much. You, get her. Are you sure? Sure? No, I'm not.
Right now I'm wondering if it's him or you.
People who fuck with me get fucked with.
Okay, fine. Calm down.
Whatever. Some old man's not paid me in months, and I'm not the kind of person who is treated this way. Old bastard owns the china shop in the Compton Avenue in Dukes. Here you go. Don't hurt him. Just teach him a lesson.
Only the bad will teach a lesson.
These people are not like other gangsters, certainly not like the Italian-American mafia. They are much darker, morally bankrupt and violent. Their violence levels that of the cartels, and we can see that in GTA 4 too, where Nico has to constantly perform some really horrific crimes. Him having to perform those crimes also shows the twisted and screwed up state in which Nico is in. He wants to go straight and live a decent life, and we see that he actually is a good man at heart who will do everything to protect his family and friends. But at the same time, he performs crimes of extremely gory nature, almost silently, even when he doesn't agree with the action or his current boss.
When the war came, I did bad things. And after the war, I thought nothing of doing bad things. I killed people, smuggled people, sold people. When I was in the army, we were going on a mission to ambush a squad who had killed a lot of innocent people. They were our enemy, but we never did it. There were 15 of us, all boys from the village. But one of us betrayed the group. It was a setup for money. 12 people died, 3 escaped. I know the traitor was not me. So for 10 years, I've been searching for the other 2. One of them lives here.
Why are you telling me this now? Do you always get sentimental after you kill people?
You kept asking.
Wonderful. You're here on some revenge mission for something that happened 10 years ago, and you don't care whose life you ruin anyway.
No,
Well, what?
I don't know. I just want to know why they did it.
It's also great to see a GTA character that is not a complete psycho or nutcase. Not that I have an issue with someone like Trevor or Michael, I love both of them, but they are as over the top as a character can be, and it's hard to relate to them in most cases. Even CJ or Tommy, who are both more or less grounded as well, are still not that relatable to most people playing them. With Nico it's different. Sure, most of us are not cold-blooded hitmen, but a lot of us can easily relate to being an outsider in a foreign place, or being an immigrant, be it in America or somewhere else, having an accent and trying to find our way around. It's easier to relate to Nico because of how realistic he's written and feels.
Yokel, you think you can get away with killing me?
I guess I'll find out.
You think this is worth it? You are throwing you and your fatty cousin's lives away for that bit of Puerto Rican chocha!
I'm throwing your life away, prick. We'll do all right.
My friends will track you down! You won't last a moment!
I'll last longer than you will, shithead.
Fuck you! I wish I could be there to watch Mikhail cut your peasant balls off! You're nothing in that city. You will be crap.
Hawkfish is a small place.
My friends will find you.
You were the stupid ones, laddie boy. Nobody fucks with my family.
One thing that really struck me as incredible and genius was how Nico, over the course of the game, starts to slowly lose his accent. Not to a point where he has none, but his English gets better and better and his pronunciations are much smoother. This just further shows what an incredible company Rockstar Games are to think about small details such as this, something most gamers probably won't notice or care about. Rockstar Games' biggest accomplishment within the GTA franchise, in my opinion, is the insane level and attention to details that they implement in their games. Niko losing his accent over time is one of those things that most other companies won't ever think about. It's details like that that elevate Rockstar Games from a normal company to a legendary one. GTA 4 is full of such things. Liberty City feels incredibly alive, and you really get the feeling of actually being in New York City. In fact, when I visited New York, I got flashbacks to certain areas from Liberty City, and it almost felt like I was revisiting these places despite never having been there in real life before. It's crazy how great of a job the developers did here when creating the smaller scale version of New York. The streets are full of cars, and during car chases you really feel like you're trying to navigate your way through one of the busiest cities in America. What I thought was an interesting design choice is the very dark and bleak color grading and atmosphere that Liberty City and the whole game has. It's almost like GTA 4 is a noir crime movie because all of these colors seem washed out. You can easily imagine Niko narrating the whole game like Max Payne, lost in his own thoughts while walking along the dark streets of Liberty City. This dark design harmonizes perfectly with the more mature story. The story is very pessimistic, twisted and violent. Bad things keep happening all the time, and it's up to you to either solve them or straight up cause them. In a way, it can feel like a bit of a shock. I played this game as a kid many times, but recently I finished Vice City and GTA 5 again, easily spending hundreds of hours in those two. So coming from Vice City and Los Santos to Liberty City feels like a trip to another universe in almost every aspect. You get the feeling that this city can't wait to chew you up and spit you out the first chance it gets, which is why you also feel even more sympathy for Niko, because it's not just him who has to survive here as an immigrant. You as the player have to do that too. I do think, however, that this lifeless atmosphere does get a bit depressing and annoying over time, which was intended of course, but it's one of the reasons why I can't invest hours upon hours into this game, like in GTA 5 for example. Either way, I think Liberty City is brilliant and one of the best cities within the franchise. Aside from its color palette, it's also incredibly detailed and fun to explore just for sightseeing. It has most of the famous New York landmarks, and I loved visiting all of them. Considering that this game came out in 2008, it still looks incredible and in many ways better than a lot of modern games coming out in 2025.